Now I can announce to you here that there is a historic war coming to the earth. A historic war is coming to the earth.
Sasa ninaweza kuwatangazia hapa ya kwamba kuna vita la kihistoria ambalo linakuja duniani.
There is a historic war coming to the earth.
Kuna lo vita la kihistoria ambalo linakuja duniani.
I have seen a terrible war coming to the earth.
Lakini nimeona vita kali kabisa ambalo linakuja duniani.
In fact, I saw the fighter aircrafts.
Hata hivyo niliona zile ndege za kivita.
Those Alpha Strike aircraft, they're called Alpha Strike aircrafts.
Zile ndege speciali kabisa za kivita.
The ones that strike, they go fast into the enemy territory.
Zile ambazo zinapiga zinaenda kwa haraka kabisa katika eneo la adui.
Even those pilots, they go on what we call suicidal missions.
Hata wale marubani wanaenda katika misheni ambazo zinaitwa misheni za kujiua.
Because they are the ones who go normally and knock down the anti-aircraft missiles and all of them, the batteries, wherever they are. First of all, disarm them, knock them down.
Kwa sababu hao ndio ambao wanaenda na kutegua yale makombora ya kivita.
The anti-aircraft missiles and the batteries, wherever they are located, they are the ones that know them and they go and knock them out first before the other fleet now come.
Zile wao ndio ambao wanategua zile ndege ambazo ni za makombora. Hao ndio ambao wanaenda na kuzitegua kabisa kabla zije. Niliona hizo ndege za kivita zikienda.
And then I saw the special operation forces in attack, the strike helicopters going also.
Halafu nikaenda zile ndege speciali kabisa katika vikosi, zile helicopters za kulipua pia zikienda.
And I saw people being dropped in parachutes.
Na pia nikaona watu wakiletwa katika parachutes.
And so the Lord showed me then a lot of people running and being refugees, pouring their things out into a refugee camp. And they were looking for food, opening cans and eating old soup and whatever. It was such a situation.
Hivyo basi Bwana alinionyesha watu wakikimbia na kutoroka na kuingia katika kambi za wakimbizi. Na hivyo basi niliona watu hao ambao walikuwa wanaingia katika kambi hizo za wakimbizi wakikula vyakula, wakichukua vyakula vya mikebe na kukula na pia wakikunywa supu. Hivyo basi kulikuwepo na hali tatanishi.
And so I saw them in such a terrible place in the open, refugees of that war. There was lack of food, there was a lot of smoke and bombing and deaths.
Niliwaona katika hali mbaya kabisa katika hizo kambi za wakimbizi na kulikuwepo na moshi mkubwa kabisa.
In that war there was big bombings and a lot of smoke and a lot of gunfire.
Katika hilo vita kulikuwepo na moshi mkubwa, kulikuwepo na mabomu na kulikuwepo na marisasi mengi.
I saw a lot of war, a lot of gunfire, a lot of missiles, attack helicopters, the strike aircrafts, and it was just unbelievable.
Niliona vita mingi kabisa, niliona marisasi mingi kabisa yakipigwa, niliona makombora makubwa yakipiga, mabomu makubwa yakipigwa. Hivyo basi ilikuwa mbaya kabisa ya kutisha.
And so,
kwa hivyo,
after that,
baada ya hiyo,
then I saw the pale horse.
Halafu nikamuona farasi wa kijivujivu
running across the sky.
Akikimbia katika anga.
The pale horse that July 29th, the year 2009, I saw in heaven released.
Yule farasi wa kijivujivu ambaye nilimuona tarehe 29 Julai mwaka 2009, nilimuona mbinguni akiachiliwa.
So I saw him running across the sky.
Kwa hivyo nilimuona akikimbia katika anga.
So the mission of that pale horse, the escalation of it is about to take place.
Hivyo basi misheni ya huyo farasi wa kijivujivu, kuongezeka kwa misheni yake iko karibu kutendeka.
The Lord spoke with me. I see a border dispute. I see a territorial dispute. I see a territorial dispute that is coming. A territorial dispute, one country trying to annex part of another country. And they were saying, no, because they speak our language. Those people in that area speak our language. Those people in that area, they live like this, like us. They speak our language. So I see a territorial dispute that is coming, and normally that will involve quite a bit of, I see a bit of UN involvement in negotiation. I see quite a bit of military also. So I see these things coming to the earth.
From NBC News, this is Today.
Russian President Vladimir Putin recognized 2 new countries overnight, both pieces of Ukraine, and ordered in Russian tanks and troops to back them up.
Right now, we are following some big international breaking news. NATO officials now saying Russia has officially invaded Ukraine.
Overnight, more shelling in Ukraine, including the capital city of Kyiv.
Что по телеге Киев.
The Russian military launched more than 100 ballistic and cruise missiles into Ukraine last night, also seizing an airport less than 20 miles away from Ukraine's capital of Kyiv.
A huge blast in the center of Ukraine's second largest city. Look at the destruction in Kharkiv, which is about the size of Philadelphia. This guy was shooting a selfie video when a missile struck. Rubble rains down.
There was a lot of smoke and bombing and deaths in that war. There was big bombings and a lot of smoke and a lot of gunfire. I saw a lot of war, a lot of gunfire.
This is CNN Breaking News.
Keep inside, keep inside. In here, against the wall. How can I Focus. Should we run that way? We've got to be mindful for the driver as well, okay? Let's move down this way against the wall. I'm down.
I need to check
keep down, keep down, keep down.
I need you to check my feet.
It's okay, keep going.
There was a lot of smoke and bombing and deaths in that war. There was big bombings and a lot of smoke.
Уже штук 20 пролетіло.
Now, this all started moments after Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that he had decided to conduct a special military operation.
База взорвалась. Одесса промышленная. Только что склады. Обычный промышленный объект.
Ракета одна за одной ракеты с Приднестровья по Украине.
Huge explosions woke everyone in Kiev as the Russian mission continues. Fiery debris falling onto residential buildings below.
Russian forces have attacked oil and gas facilities, sparking huge explosions on the fourth day of its land, air and sea invasion of Ukraine. Troops are trying to take over the Vasilkiv air base. That's 40 kilometers southwest of Kiev. An oil depot there is on fire after being hit by a Russian missile.
people running and being refugees, pouring their things out into a refugee camp, and they were looking for food, opening cans and eating old soup and whatever. It was such a situation.
In just 7 days, 1 million people have fled Ukraine, uprooted by this senseless war. I have worked in refugee emergencies for almost 40 years, and rarely have I seen an exodus as rapid as this one. Hour by hour, minute by minute, more people are fleeing the terrifying reality of violence. Countless have been displaced inside the country.
The UN says more than 1 million people have fled the fighting, making it the fastest refugee exodus of this century. The UN also estimates an additional 1 million people remain displaced within Ukraine. So, as we just said, the UN is saying more than 2 million people have been displaced by Russia's invasion in an incredibly short time frame.
And this is just the beginning. The UN is now talking about 4 million refugees in total in European countries, and internally they're talking about 12 million people inside Ukraine who are not going to be able to get out, who are going to need humanitarian assistance, relief, and protection.
Arriving in neighboring countries with little more than a suitcase. In Romania, in Moldova, where they've built a tent city, women and children finally safe with a warm meal, a place to rest. But as the waves of refugees keep coming, a flood of kindness. Hundreds of volunteers handing out soup, offering rides, and a place to stay.
Still, aid organizations say thousands have crossed borders to Romania and Moldova.
Take a look at this video of people appearing to pack what they can, leave via bus, train, or car.
In their thousands, they descended on the central railway station, trying to get seats on any train heading south. Guards firing into the air, trying to maintain order. It rarely works with people already traumatized. It was chaotic and desperate, but that is what it's like here now. The fear of the unknown is what's so difficult for the people. Ukraine is holding its breath, while the world watches on.
Neighboring countries, Hungary, Poland, Slovakia, Germany, Romania, the Czech Republic, they are all prepared to help those refugees.
Of people running and being refugees, pouring their things out into a refugee camp, and they were looking for food, opening cans and eating old soup and whatever. It was such a situation. Opening cans and eating old soup and whatever. It was such a situation.
Messiah is coming, blessed people. May you be wise. May your wisdom not fail you on this one. Because remember, eternity is a very long time. Life on this earth is being dismantled. On every occasion when I come before you and speak, you the nations of the earth, you should rush and repent. Run and kneel down and repent and receive Christ and be holy and prepare. Life on the earth, essentially, the Lord is saying He has brought the entire earth under the jurisdiction of the words of the tongue of His two prophets. That is very clear now. This should cause you to take gravitas, take gravity at my words, and begin to repent and prepare for the coming of the Messiah. Everything that needs to be spoken, everything that ought to be spoken in preparing the way for the glorious coming of the Messiah, I have spoken. And I've been faithful to speak exactly as God the Father has instructed. May those who have ears repent and prepare the way for the coming of the Messiah. Thank you. Thank you indeed. The Lord bless you.